everyone, I'm Chef Julie Andrews, and this is Dr. Felton, who is a neurologist at UW Health, and we are joining you from the Learning Kitchen today, and we are cooking some really fun ketogenic recipes.
Thanks, Julie. So the ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet that I use for patients with epilepsy. The variation that I use in my clinic is typically the modified Atkins diet, which is a 10 to 20 gram per day carbohydrate limit diet. So it's tough, but patients can do it, and we have a lot of fun recipes for it.
Yeah, and so today we're gonna make a variation of pizza, but we are gonna use cauliflower crust.
All right.
So this is cauliflower that's been cooked. It was a small head of cauliflower. And I just put it in a food processor and blended it up until it was nice and fine. And then I put it in a microwave safe bowl in the microwave for just 3 minutes so that it kind of cooked it a little bit. And then we're gonna add cheese. So this recipe has lots of delicious ingredients. We actually have 2 different types of cheese. So we have mozzarella, and then we have sharp cheddar. When you're choosing cheese, cheese is lower carb, but if you actually shred it yourself, like get the block of cheese and then shred it yourself, it's lower carbs.
Exactly right. Yep.
So
a lot
that's
of times
important.
there's fillers in the shredded cheese that you buy.
Yes.
And usually it's less expensive to buy the block of cheese too.
Exactly. And so then we have 2 eggs because we need something to hold all this together. It doesn't have any gluten, so it doesn't, rise like a normal pizza crust would. And then we have salt and pepper, and then this is Italian seasoning. So it's a mixture of basil, oregano, thyme, all those delicious things.
And so when you're cooking recipes for patients on a ketogenic diet, you have to be a little bit careful about the seasonings. They often add a little bit of carbohydrate, and so you have to look it up because if you're adding lots of seasonings to a recipe, it can start to add up.
Yes, that's very true. So it's very important to count everything, right?
Exactly.
So then we put our mixture here on we have a pizza stone that's lined with parchment paper, and we're gonna get messy a little bit here.
All right.
That's okay. So we're just spreading this out, and I've actually found that the thinner you make it, the better for this type of crust.
Okay.
It just cooks a lot nicer, it gets crispy, and then it's easier to kind of hold on to like a real piece of pizza. So we just spread that out.
And how fun that you can use cauliflower for the crust, right? That's amazing.
I know, it is amazing. There's lots of fun things you can do with cauliflower. So then you actually bake the crust first before you put the toppings on it. So we would bake this for like 12 minutes till it's nice and crispy. And then we would put our toppings on. And there's kind of different fun things you can use for toppings. Today we have just a couple tablespoons of pizza sauce. Pizza sauce tends to have some sugar in it, right?
Exactly.
So you have to measure that out.
So you have to measure it, and it's going to add a couple carbs to the total.
Another one you can use is pesto, which is really good too, and that's lower on carbohydrates, but again, needs to be measured. And then we have some cooked sausage. Black olives are an option, and then of course we shredded our own mozzarella to put on top.
Yep, yum. So I think the crust itself, we decided that it would be about 3 servings, and each serving of the crust has about 5 grams of carbohydrate, and then depending which ingredients you put on, that's going to add a little bit also, and so you may not be able to use all of them, but you can kind of mix and match and to taste.
Yep, that's perfect. So we actually have one done.
All right.
All right, so here's our finished product. So like I said, the crust, we want to keep it pretty thin, but it turned out pretty awesome, and it only takes about 12 minutes at 425. So it cooks pretty fast, and you have dinner.
Looks delicious. Low carb pizza. I love it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining me in the Learning Kitchen, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.